16 months, 19 months without getting paid.
But you see how much kidnappers are paying for victims.
My thing is, government will all the stakeholders get that, and I think we get that. The 3% for the oil producing community is too low.
So the support that is needed, and what you get to support your airline people will blossom.
This is Nigeria. You need to give people sense of belonging.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Inside Nigeria here at the Leadership Online Television. My name is Bode Gbadebo. As usual, we shall take you through what the front pages are saying, starting with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, The Leadership, and as well have a discussion about a trending issue of the day. And without much ado, let's start with what the papers are saying on the front page of Leadership this morning. In 23 years, students lose cumulative 4 years to 16 ASU strikes. In 23 years, students lose cumulative 4 years to 16 ASU strikes. Public universities woes continue over government failure to honor agreements. Labor mobilizes for nationwide protest next week. All right, let's see if the viewers can see what we have on the front page of Leadership this morning. All right. Below the story, we have an infographic depicting how this event happened in the last 23 years. This is an interesting infographics on the front page of Leadership this morning. In 23 years, students lose cumulative 4 years to 16 ASU strike. And of course, 4 years is the duration for most courses in the universities as we speak. Public universities woes continue over government failure to honor agreements. Labor mobilizes for nationwide protests next week. And of course, airports, aviation union, bank unions, and the rest are ready to join ASU in the solidarity protest with the Academic Staff Union of Universities for this strike. And of course, the strike, as we speak, is about 5 months. 5 months. Now, let's quickly go to the other related stories on other papers. But before then, let's see what our sister publication is saying this morning in the national economy. On the front page of National Economy this morning, Nigeria's auto policy fails to take off 10 years after. Nigeria's auto policy fails to take off 10 years after. You are interested in what the auto policy is all about and why it has failed to take off in the last 10 years. Quickly get a copy of our sister publication, the National Economy, this morning. Nigeria's auto policy fails to take off 10 years after. That's on the front page of our sister publication, the National Economy. Now, the third newspaper on our menu this morning is the THISDAY newspaper, which is reporting politics. Leadership reported education. Now, this day is reporting politics. On the front page of THISDAY is an interesting story about the last weekend Osun State governorship election. Winners and losers, how they shaped Osun governorship poll. Winners and losers, how they shaped Osun governorship poll. And of course, on the list of winners, we have President Muhammadu Buhari, who, of course, allowed a free and fair election to take place. And of course, the second person on the list is the winner of the election, the Osun State Governor-elect, Senator Nuruddin Ademola Adeleke. Interestingly, the third person on the list is popular singer David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, whose uncle, Senator Ademola Adeleke, is the governor-elect. And of course, the PDP presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, his running mate and Delta State Governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, and of course the national chairman of the PDP, Senator Yochia Ayu, are on the list of winners for the Osun governorship election. Well, down below the list, we have the list of losers. APC presidential election, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the godfather of the incumbent governor of Osun State who lost at the weekend election, Boyega Oyetola. And of course, we also, interestingly, we have PDP members listed as losers. I don't know why this day we do this, but when you grab the paper, you can get the details as to why this day arrive at the conclusion of who are the winners and who are the losers. On the list of the losers is the immediate past governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, incumbent governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, and of course, before now, the only PDP governor in the Southwest and the PDP leader in the region, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde. And then the APC national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, are all part of the losers as far as the Osun governorship election was concerned or is concerned. Winners and losers, how they shaped Osun governorship poll. Buhari, Adeleke, Davido, Atiku, Okowa, Yochia Ayu, Tinubu, Oyetola, Fayose, Wike, Makinde, and of course, Abdullahi Adam. That's on the front page of this day newspaper this morning. The last but not the least newspaper on our menu this morning is the Punch newspaper. On the front page of the Punch this morning, Osun governorship poll. Adeleke's camp worries over litigation, woos PDP faction. Osun governorship poll. Adeleke's camp worries over litigation, woos PDP faction. All aggrieved members constitute danger. We are talking to Baba Yemi, says PDP spokesperson in Osun State. I expect Oyetola to have congratulated me. Concede defeat, says governors-elect Ademola Adeleke. And of course, the last rider to the story says Osun governors' lawyers inspect election results, may head to court. Tinubu awaits governor. That's that on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Before we start to discuss what the papers are saying, starting with the list story on the front page of Leadership this morning, that is the ASU strike in the last 23 years and how it has made students to lost 4 years cumulatively, which we'll be discussing that after this short break when my guests will have joined the show. Don't go away. I'll be back shortly.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters.
Welcome back. It's still Inside Nigeria for this Tuesday morning. Yeah, I'm being joined by Mr. Oladele Oluwabamiji, Director of Media, Osun State People's Democratic Party. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, leadership. Good morning.
Thank you so
Good morning, Nigeria.
Thank you. How is Osogbo this morning?
Well, fantastic. It's been good. Everywhere is fine, cool. Our people are great here. And now it's Abuja too.
Abuja is cool. Thank you.
Good.
All right, Mr. Adele, the Osun State governorship election has come and gone, but it has raised some dust, which I know you are aware of. The pending pre-election litigation and the rest of them. Can you bring us up to date as to the situation you are now, even after the victory?
You mean the current situation in the state?
Exactly.
Yes, everywhere is cool. It is natural that people will continue to rejoice. The victory has been a kind of long-awaited expectation of the generality of our people in the state. And so when they are able to get it this time around, it is normal. that people will continue to rejoice. They will continue to survive the situation. People here are still in very joyful mood. You know, everybody trying to do it in his or her own way, and so it's a joyful moment here. In fact, our party had to issue a statement yesterday that people should please celebrate in moderation. We don't have to go haywire about it. We don't have to respond or celebrate in equal measure of what the APC had meted against us as a party for years, and so straightforward. Our people are celebrating, and we love it. It's a manifestation. It's a proof and attestation to the fact that they actually voted for the governor-elect, Senator Ademola Jackson Adeleke.
All right, Mr. Oluwabamiji. In order for this celebration and not to be short-lived, what are you doing to resolve the pre-election cases facing the Senator Ademola Adeleke? What are you doing to resolve that crisis? Because I understand Mr. Dotun Babayemi is in court. So what are you doing to ensure that your celebration is not short-lived?
So Prince Dotun Babayemi is a stalwart of our party. He knows what is at stake. He knows the yearnings of our people in the states, and I believe so strongly, personally, that he's a perfect gentleman who is also not oblivion of what our people expect from us as a party. And so, as at now, I can tell you for free that our leaders are doing everything possible to let him see reasons why you have to shed whatever reason, shed his sword for whatever grievances he thinks he has. And so, every day, even up to yesterday, we are still meeting him. Our people, our leaders are still talking to him, so as not to give external forces the opportunity to creep in and turn things, turn this very joyous moment to a kind of sad story again for the good people of Osun State. And like I said, it's a prince of the land, and Yoruba will say Omobaki Jagunbi Eru. I believe so strongly that the blue blood in him, like I told some of our pressmen yesterday here, that the blue blood in him I expect will speak to his senses, to his veins, and he will allow reasons to prevail that our people here they are badly in need of a fresh air, away from their experience with the administration of APC in the last 12 years. And so I believe strongly that we are close to resolving all gray areas, and we all come on board. In politics, there will always be basis for misunderstanding, for grievances, but it lies on any serious political party to also devise means of resolving issues that may affect the general well-being of the people, which is the real essence of any political party.
All right, Mr. Oluwabamiji, the election monitors who came to Osun at the weekend to monitor the exercise accused political parties involved in the election of vote buying. And they even said this time around in Osun, the political operators were more smarter. You devise new means to do this. different from what happened in the Ekiti governorship election. Now tell me, how much did your party pay to voters to vote for Senator Ademola Adeleke? How much did you pay?
Yes, thank you very much. For me, I can tell you also for free that we don't have to pay.
It seems Mr. Oladele Oluwabamiji's network is not too good. He has been speaking to me live from Oshogbo, the Osun State capital. And Mr. Oladele Oluwabamiji is the director of media of the Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party. If you are able to re-establish connection, we will continue that discussion about the last weekend's Osun State governorship election, a review. Now, okay, he's back. Mr. Oladele, you can continue your line of thought.
What I'm saying is that even if anyone, if we had brought money on Saturday to give voters, many of them will be disappointed. When many of them would have been so disappointed in us because it was not a kind of it wasn't a kind of election people would be expecting money. No, they were like, enough is enough for APC in Osun State, and that is what they did. Nobody would have expected. In fact, the truth is that if PDP had brought out money, many electorates, many voters in that election would have been greatly disappointed. It's the mood of the prevailing mood in Osun State on Saturday was much beyond. It was beyond anyone. In fact, you know, Osun has been a kind of catalyst for appearances in Nigeria. If anyone, including the federal government of APC, if they had attempted to rig that election, if they had attempted mustering the people of Osun State, it would have been disastrous. I tell you, it would have been disastrous. People would have resisted with the last drop of their blood. So, in such a circumstances, in such level of determination of the people, you don't dare to bring money. Yes, we're aware that APC tried, you know, as the last lifeline, the last line of their hope. They were ready. They brought heavy amount of money to each polling unit. The list of the polling units in Osun State, as far as our investigations were concerned, the list they brought to any polling unit in Osun State was 2 million naira. 2 million naira. Polling unit of not more than perhaps 100, 150, 200 voters. But our people were so determined that even some people will collect that money and they devised a means of punishing the APC for daring them in that election. Yes, the APC also were like trying to monitor whoever collect money from them, and the people also now devise another means of turning the paper, turning the ballot paper upside down. You know, the expectation was that APC was right on top of the ballot paper, and so whoever thumbprint on the top corner of the ballot paper actually voted for APC, and PDP was down there on the paper. So some people now decided or opted for turning the electoral the ballot paper upside down, leaving the PDP on top of that, on top of it like that, and they will thumbprint PDP. And so ordinarily, the PDP canvassers, the foot soldiers would think that people had voted for them. So it was tough. It was an unstoppable revolution for for it's beyond PDP as far as I'm concerned. It's beyond. It was beyond. It was all about the pedigree of our candidate. It was all about the trust they have in that name. It was all about their frustration against APC. It was a kind of unprecedented determination to take the bull of their life, to take their life in their own hands. That's what happened. Nobody could have altered what happened on Saturday with whatever amount.
Because of time, we don't have much time again. Now, let me ask you, I hope this is not about just grabbing power. Now you have the power. What will Ademola Adeleke do differently from the outgoing governor, Gboyega Oyetola, who some people also, tell us that he's a good man and he has been doing his best in Osun State. Now that you have seized power, what will you do differently?
The outgoing governor, Gboyega Oyetola, cannot be said to be a good man. If he were to be a good man, he would not be voted out. It was more or less a disaster in the history of governance in Osun State.
All right, tell us how. Tell us how.
You say?
Tell us how. How is it a disaster in Osun State?
Yes, you agree with me that this same man has been part and parcel of the administration of APC in Osun State spanning 12 years now. He was the chief of staff for 8 years to the former governor of Osun State, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. And during his electioneering in 2018, the then governor will come out, will be on the rostrum, telling the whole world that Mr. Gboyega Oyetola was the brain box of that government for 8 years. And that was a period when the state, the state government embarked on reckless borrowings everywhere, which has not gone which has not crippled, it has not brought Osun State to its knees. And that is not even the problem. Yes, at times if you want development, you can go a borrowing. But you have to juxtapose between those borrowings and what you have on ground to justify the heavy borrowings. And so there's nothing on ground here to justify anything. Almost all the projects attached to those indebtedness up to now are still lying fallow, not been attended to. Many of them have been abandoned. So many major roads projects here are still lying there fallow without if contractor touching anything there. And those were the projects for which those amounts of money was taken. As of today, my brother, I tell you, the state services the debt profile with nothing less than 2.53 million per month. A compact state like this, and when you now look back to what are the deliverables emanating from those loans, then you become disappointed. And this is an informed state. This is a civil service state. This is an enlightened. This is a state populated by enlightened set of people. So people will readily ask questions. You understand? So it's easy. It is easy for people to be infuriated, for people to be agitated.
And
You understand? So Mr. Oyetola has been part of the system to who brought a kind of system that brought economic degradation. Exonerate himself from that. In fact, he trying to exonerate himself, to me, was another effort that act our people that what kind of a man is this? That means if you can betray,
Mr. Oluwabamiji,
yes,
can you
sir.
hear me? Now, because of lack
Yeah.
of time, now you've listed all the ills of the Oyetola government. And I ask you are ready to change the narrative in Osun. You will change the narrative in Osun.
By the grace of God Almighty, well, for us, we don't. PDP had been here, if you recollect. We are not just new in Osun State. We were here up to 2010 when the APC came through the courts, and it was easy for people to make that decision that they have tested PDP before, and they can readily be assured that we will give them governance again. They have been able to just juxtapose between what happened then and now. So whatever promises we made now, they already know that it's they can stand by us, they can believe us, they can take us for our promises, for our words.
Finally, in what way did former Governor Rauf Aregbesola assisted you in this election? In what way?
Yes. Yeah, can I go now?
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, former Governor Rauf Aregbesola, like our principal mentioned on another platform yesterday, we didn't have any formal kind of arrangement or communication or understanding with him. But the issues here in Osun State has gone to a head such that some of his former aides who
since Mr. Oluwabamiji's network is not too good, even though he has made a lot of points today on the conduct of the 2022 Osun governorship election. Mr. Oluwabamiji, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, I want you to quickly repeat yourself so that we can round off.
Yes, what I'm saying is that we didn't have any formal agreement or any formal communication with the Minister of Interior now, when Rauf Aregbesola. Yes, some of his aides who we understand are critical, bona fide stakeholders in Osun State decided to join us in the revolution, in the moving train in Osun State. They already saw it, that it is impossible to stop the kind of train where we are in now. So some of them try to join us, coupled with inefficiency of the present governor, incapability, visible failure of the present governor, Mr. Gboyega. So they decided that, if taking back Osun State is the main thing, is the main project now, they don't want to be left behind, and that is why they decided to join us. Not that the minister, or not that we had any formal agreement or any formal understanding with the minister, the former governor of Osun State. No.
Many thanks to you, Mr. Oladele Oluwabamiji, for coming on the show this morning. We thank you for joining us from Osogbo despite your busy schedule, and congratulations.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Nigerians. Thank you, all of you, for supporting us. We appreciate you.
Everyone. We supported democracy. Thank you so much. Mr. Oladele Oluwabamiji is the Director of Media of the Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party. He spoke to me live from Osogbo, the Osun State capital. On that note, we come to the end of today's edition of Inside Nigeria. My name remains Bode Gbadebo. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.